this is Chloe, and today in my second part of my third crochet along, we will be making mittens for the hat and mittens set. For this tutorial, you will need size 4 medium weight yarn of any color, preferably the one that matches your hat, a J 5.75 millimeter crochet hook, scissors, and a yarn needle. So let's get started. To start off, chain 7. So make the starting loop, then chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, if you want, you can chain one more to make the ribbing for your wrist longer. You can chain one more. But I think that this is good. Now, chain 2 to where you can have the starting chain 2, and then double crochet in the third chain from your hook and across. You should have 7 double crochets. And 7. Now, I just gotta take my yarn out. Chain 2, 1, 2, and turn. This chain 2 does not count as a double crochet. Now, double crochet in the back loops only. So we have 2 loops. We can't go like this. We gotta go into the back loop only. And then double crochet. You should always have 7 double crochets. Three, 4, and 7. You'll be repeating the second row all the way until it fits your wrist all the way around. I have just finished the last row. Now you will want to have the ribbing be about one row, less than the measurement of your wrist. So, as you can see, when it's not stretched out, it's about 1 to 2 rows. But whenever you put it on, it'll be able to stay there and not slide off. As if it were not stretching, then it would just slide off. So for the next row, we will be connecting these 2 rows. To do this, turn your work like so. Keep the tail out of the way. And then go into the first loop right here from the beginning. Then go into the back loop of the last row we did. Then yarn over, pull through these two, then pull through the last loop. Repeat this all the way across, and you should have 7 of these slip stitches. So do this all the way across. I have finished doing the slip stitches across this, and it should fit onto your wrist perfectly and stretch just a little bit. But it should be easy to put on. That should look like that. Take it off, and now we are going to do half double crochets for the actual part of the mittens. So chain 2 and then do 1 half double crochet in each of the rows. Now if doing 1 half double crochet makes the mittens be too tight, or then you can do more or less half double crochets in each row. So do that into each of the rows. I am up to the slip stitch row. So to do this, if you were wondering if you skip this row or just do it, you should do a half double crochet into that slip stitch row because it counts as a row. And then slip stitch to the half double crochet, not the 2 chains, because then you will make another stitch that we don't need. Now it should fit you still nicely, like this. Next, chain 2 and do 1 half double crochet into each of the stitches. Now, the reason why we are doing just 1 in each stitch is because, as you can see, it doesn't really increase until about here. So we will be doing increases quite soon. But for this row, just do 1 half double crochet into each of these stitches. I have come up to the last stitch, so do a half double crochet into this stitch, and then slip stitch to the half double crochet. And chain 2. Now, when we try it on, it still fits nicely. Next, do 1 half double crochet into the next 5 stitches. And then do an increase into the next stitch by doing 2 half double crochets into that stitch. Do 5, and then after that do an increase. Repeat this for the whole row. Now that we have gone up to the last stitch, if you happen to have an increase into the last stitch, then that's great, but if you don't, then that's fine too, because you don't have to do an increase in the last stitch. I did 4 half double crochets, but not an increase in the last stitch. So then slip stitch to the first half double crochet, then chain 2. Now do 1 half double crochet into the first 4 stitches, and then an increase in the next stitch. Repeat this all the way across the row. Now that we have finished the last stitch just now, we're going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet and then chain 2. Now this is what it should look like on your hand. Something like that. Now we will be increasing until we get to the part right here on your thumb and your pinky. But I will still show you those rows. For the next row, do a half double crochet into the next 3 stitches, then do an increase. Repeat this all the way around. Now that we have finished doing the last stitch, slip stitch to the first half double crochet and chain 2. Now half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, then do an increase. Depending on how many rows you need to cover your wrist area, you will want to do more or less stitches in the beginning of the increases. I did 5 because that is how many about how many rows I need to do the increases on my wrist. So 1, 2, then increase. Repeat this all the way around. I finished doing the last stitch, so slip stitch to the first half double crochet, chain 2, and do, well, first I'll show you what this looks like. Now we are at almost at the point where we have to start doing this. But you will want to have some stretch room. So let's start doing the row where we do the thumb. So just put your thumb or your hand in like this and make the starting point go where your thumb is, right here. Now, put your hook in. Then find out how many you need. It looks like I need about 4. So I will be chaining 4. And then slip stitch to the stitch it looks like that you need to go to where your thumb has room to go out. Looks like I need to go into this one. So keep that in mind and put your hook into that stitch. Then take it off. And do a slip stitch. Now we have done a slip stitch and connected the 2 parts so we have a thumb hole. Next, chain 2 and do a half double crochet into the 4 chains. Or however many chains you need. If that's too hard, just do 4 half double crochets into the space where you did it. And then do a half double crochet into each of the stitches. Do this until you get to the beginning of your thumb hole. I'm at the beginning of the row, so now slip stitch to the first half double crochet and chain 2. Now you will need to do half double crochets into each stitch until you get to the amount of rows you need for your thumb, about until where it starts getting decreasing. So about right here. And I will meet you there. Now that we have finished doing the last row that it goes up to the decrease in your thumb, like this, we basically need one more row for the half double crochet decreases. So chain 2 and do 1 half double crochet, then a half double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches by going through the loop, yarning over and pulling through, then do that and then go all through all the stitches. Repeat this all the way across. Take your handy scissors and cut the end. Finish it off. And now we are ready to start the rest of the fingers part. To do this, go into any stitch you like. Take the beginning of your yarn and pull it through. Then chain 2 with the 2 tails. And then do 1 half double crochet in each stitch. All the way around. And I'll show you what to do next. When you get up to this part, just go into any spot over here 4 times and just do all the half double crochets. Now that we have come up to the end, slip stitch to the first half double crochet and chain 2. You'll be doing 1 half double crochet into each stitch in every single row until you get up to the part where your pinky starts to end. So do 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you get there. Sorry about the misinterpretation. I meant to say you'll actually want to stop doing the half double crochet rows whenever you get up to about here, like this. So now do 1 half double crochet into the next 8 stitches. And do a half double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. Repeat this all the way around. I ended up doing a decrease in the last 2 stitches, but it's fine if you don't. So slip stitch to the first half double crochet and chain 2. You'll basically be repeating doing the 8, 7, 6, 5 all the way down to 1 half double crochets and then a decrease until you get to the top of your hand. And the reason why I started off with 8 stitches and then a decrease is because that's how many rows I need to go up to the top. So do the decreasing rows until you get to the top of your hand, and I'll show you what to do next. I have finished doing the last row, so now we will finish off our work and sew this hole together so that it makes a close, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is what your finished products should look like. For more tutorials, and also please check out my Etsy shop. Thank you for watching. Bye.